Good morning, everyone. Good morning. From all parts of the world, there's a very, very strong relationship. We stand together today for a true understanding. No pictures, I'm shy. I'm kidding. So, I believe that your journey today is a very, very spiritual journey. And I strongly believe that when you left your home to come here, it wasn't by coincidence. There was a purpose for you to come to Canada, for you to come to here. To the medicine people who use the cedar tree that has been so sacred to our peoples. For many generations, the tree of life was our way to teach our children, survive. The trees were so huge. Our people used to be able to go up to a tree and cut a plank out of that tree. Take that plank to the longhouse to build their homes. Without falling the tree, this tree would then close up and heal itself, keep growing. Our people knew how to do that process, how not to take and take and take. There was a purpose to make sure that we send that to the grandchildren, teachers, to help us around the world with something so beautiful as a tree of life. I noticed that on the other side of the screen, the sacred body of that tree is still alive. The sacred body of those trees are in that bottle that you filled. It's going to travel the world. So whoever come from the farthest place in the world, that's how far the medicine is going to travel with you. Your grandchildren, your children, your mom, your dad, grandparents, aunties and uncles, they're going to be part of that healing journey with what you have in this bottle of sacred medicine. Always be careful with what you take from the earth. If you take medicine from the earth, you should always put something back. We don't just take and take and take. We put something back. We plant more trees. We look after them. We pray to them. We treat them like a child that is being born from one little seed, just like how we were. You were born to do this, what you're doing. The strong energy that come across the world today from all parts of the world. You're here on the Kwantlen, unceded territory of the First Nations people. And at one time we had 10,000 people here in this area. Those sacred trees looked after us. The needles on the tree were used by the mums, aunties, to bath in, fill up the tub with cedar needles and sit in there and just let that medicine work on you. It's a beautiful feeling. Very, very healing. And I think some of you will know that because some of you in the chairs here and outside, you do a lot of meditation. That's important. You need to do this to balance. This medicine helps you balance. It's always been a part of our lives. The sacred tree gave us the wood for my drum, its life, for a journey to show the people a teaching that is so beautiful and sacred to Kwantlen First Nation peoples. That tree gave us canoes to paddle on the water because a long, long time ago there was no highways, there was no roads. We had to travel by canoe. We had to journey many days to get to a place where we could fish and hunt and make it good for our people. It fed us. It carried our people and hunters. It fed our children. That canoe and the water, that connection, another sacred thing to happen. In your countries where there is no cedar, I hope that one day you can look out the window and see them planted along the wherever you live. And I know today my teachers tell me if I'm not feeling good, if there's something wrong, I can walk up to that cedar tree and let those branches brush me off, cleanse me. You might see that in Squamish Nation today, where you're going to go. Feel those needles' energy. Everything on this planet has energy, just like yourselves. You need good energy to grow and balance. Those cedar trees, the hat that I'm wearing, the inner bark of the cedar tree is taken and we weave our hats. And this hat is designed for two things. When it's like this outside and the sun comes out, it covers my shoulders and I don't get burned. If it's raining out, this hat also has gaps between it. And if you look at the hat, you can see outside that it's got gaps in it. Well, when it starts to rain and I'm on a canoe paddling, sometimes we journey for 13 days. We take our youth on journeys. If it's raining out, the cedar hat closes up and it protects me from getting wet. And I can paddle 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, stay dry, just by using the sacred tree. I want you to know that you are so welcome to the territories of the First Nations. And I want you to know, my friend, how good it makes me feel that you're using the sacred tree for something so beautiful and healthy. Our elders sometimes get sad because when they develop places, they knock down all the trees, and a lot of those trees are cedar trees. The roots of the tree also to make our items, sometimes clothes, cloaks, blankets. It's used many ways. And at one time, not too long ago, about 13 years ago, there was a company that brought a lot of people from Scandinavia, Germany, Holland, engineers. They brought them up to Quatlin's territory where all the cedar trees are. And they magnified that cedar tree 1,000 times. So if you look at these bricks right here, this would be like inside that cedar tree, but inside that cedar tree, there's pockets. Pockets of water, pockets of that oil that you're looking for. It's all there. And I know that when we take the cedar for our hats, we're only allowed 10 days in the springtime to take the bark, and we have to plan 1 year ahead what we're going to do with that bark. Because it's got a cure for 1 year. We hang it up, let it dry. After a year is up, our weavers, the women, the men, will take that cedar bark and they will begin the journey of the items that are sacred. Everything that we touch with the cedar is sacred. Everything that we use is sacred. You're in a beautiful world when you start journey with that sacred medicine. I really hope that your journey here in Canada is fulfilling, but most of all, understanding. Because you all have a great deal of health, happiness. And I see many generations, generosity. Someone gave me 2 bottles of the oil already, and that's generosity. Humility on my side to say Haichka Siyam to all of you. That word, Siyam. The only ones that used to hear that word was somebody as high up as a king or a queen, high stature. Siyam. Siyam. That's telling you, I'm considering you the highest person in my life today. Because you're doing something that is so strong. I could feel that energy getting stronger. The purpose of this journey is also for the young baby back there. The young baby also can look back at generations and tell his friends, he came to Canada and he was here when we talked about that sacred medicine that will be used with it. That young man is our future. That young man is the reason why we journey together today as well. Along the journey, I want to thank your host for allowing me to come here and talk about that sacred tree. You're in a good place for the next couple of days, but when you journey home, I'm going to do an honor song. And at this time, I ask that we all stand at this time and recognition. In recognition of all your families. In recognition that the medicine that you carry is vital. It's an artery. It's an artery in your life. This song welcomes you to the Quatlan territory, Matsku territory, Katesi territory. We do this in a sacred way whenever we can to welcome sometimes the newcomers, visitors. Important to know that the reason you're here today, it's not by coincidence. You were brought here to witness something so beautiful as what's behind me. I wish the whole world was here because it's important to know that one tree on earth, the tree of life. And I know that the mothers and sisters and aunties know what I'm talking about because they are the ones who give humans life. You're the ones who carry the human bloodlines. And the women are the ones who look after those bloodlines. Matriarchs of high stature. Matriarchs are the ones who are in charge of the world. They're the ones that are in charge of life. So too, our medicine that's behind me, it's going to go a long ways today and tomorrow, next day. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to remember the words. I am Quatlam, the Caton, the keeper of the house posts, welcoming you to our territory. When I'm doing this, I ask that you all remember your families. Commitment. Because without that commitment, you could not be here today. Your families have committed time for you to come and travel. When you go back home, it's time for you to offer that commitment back to family because they're so beautiful. They're so strong. They're your spirit, and you are their spirit. And my friend who is doing this today, I offer all my prayers and my sacred chanupa, my sacred pipe, to the guests that are here today because you have all committed your time to be that part of my world. You bring me a lot of generosity and wisdom. That's for what I could feel. That wisdom is going to carry down into my grandchildren. This is where your travel goes today. Hey, oh, 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 hey, oh, 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 hey. Oh, That song, you can sit down now. That song, that Bartlett uses for not only welcoming, but it's a song that is sang when there's something missing in your life. And that song is to bring back that spirit of something that's missing in your life. Sometimes it gets taken. Sometimes your spirit wanders off and it gets connected to another person. You feel this emptiness. That song brings back everything in my life that is important. The elk, the moose, the deer, the salmon, inside the ground, the plants that are here coming from the earth, medicine. Everything around us is medicine. When I go out to do my 4-day fast, for 4 days, 5 nights, no food, no water, the first place I go to is the cedar trees that protect me. And there's one song that I always sing, and the owls will come and land on that tree, and they would help sing that song. That came to me 18 years ago. Those trees are so beautiful. Amongst them is the spirit of the world. The roots that go down into the ground, how they hang on to another tree so they can keep standing up. Without those other trees around them, they can't stand up too well. Like human. You need a lot of people around you to make it through your life, to make that journey of life, to accept everything in that journey, to understand where you are, what you're doing, and how this cedar tree is so immaculate. I love the way you treat it with a lot of respect. It's a beautiful concept that you're doing. And I hope this journey that you're on never ends. Because you are like a medicine man, important to the lives of people. You're important to the next generations coming. And I hope that one day those generations are sitting here and put a blanket on you and honor you one day. Put you on that sacred idol and honor you. That's where this man is going. A great concept of how the elders search and look for people that are doing good with our people. Little man. Hey. So with that, I'm going to say Haitsupka. Haitsupka. That means I'm thanking all of you. Haitsupka. Siyamcha. Siyamcha. That's the name of the women. When we talk about the women, female, Siyamcha. That little word at the end. Cha. Only the women are supposed to hear that. Only the women, because that's how high we consider them. No one else is allowed to hear that word when we're in ceremony. That's how important the life givers and all those who look after our bloodlines, all of them. Same as the trees, they look after each other. Male, female, balance. Everything needs balance. Where you're going today, to the Squamish Nation, very strong nation. You're going to come away from there today feeling full. Up here and here. And when you're feeling that way, here and here, in my nation and other nations, we call that Lat Samat. Can you say that? Lat Samat. Lat Samat. One heart, one mind. Lat Samat. And wherever you walk, wherever you go, you're on the Sach Temuch, the sacred ground. Sach Temuch. When you go home, you step on the Sach Temuch of your people, your ancestors, your beliefs and your faith. Everything that you carried from your Sach Temuch to this man's Sach Temuch. How beautiful is that balance? I could talk about that cedar tree all day. You might miss your bus. But that's how important it is for this one person to energize all of you with the most sacred tree of my people, the cedar tree, the tree of life. For generations and generations, we have all enjoyed everything from that tree. Totem poles, carvings, everything that our artists touch with a knife, sacred time. Sacred time to make something beautiful out of a log, a canoe, house posts, to recognize our old ways. Keep it up here. Don't let it be forgotten. And that's how we look at life, making sure when you travel, most of all, make sure you don't let anybody in your family tree become the forgotten ones. Honor them, honor their spirit, because they're going to come back. They're going to come back, and one day, like that little man right there, he's probably been here before. He'll come back. You'll see. When you get over there, you're going to say, yeah, that's what Lekati talks about. I'm going home. So with that, my dear friends, I want to wish you all a very, very good journey. From the time you stepped off that airplane, to the time you step off the airplane on your own land, I wish you well. Latsama, Sachtamuch. And always know that what you carry is so vital and so important in our lives. This medicine is so beautiful. I can feel that energy. I want to thank the ladies for giving me that and the place that makes it. So with that, my dear ones, I'm going to let you go. I wish you all well. I wish this day could never end, but it has to journey now. I've come with you so far in your day, and now I'm going to leave it up to our host to continue your journey and make your day a fulfilling time in the sacred land of the Quatman people. I'm so much amazed that so many people have come. So many people enjoy that walk of life with the sacredness of the cedar tree. Haichka Siyam, all my relations, my friend. Haichka. Because we gotta follow that.
Thank you, Lekatan. Wasn't that wonderful? That was awesome. It was very inspiring, that connection of the tree of life, relationships, family. I don't think anybody could have said it better and tied everything to what we're trying to accomplish with dōTERRA. Lekatan, you're part of our dōTERRA family, and we're part of your family. So thank you again for coming. We get Nathan up here. I just wanted Nathan to come up, and let's give Nathan a big round of applause. Thank you for what you're doing here. This is very meaningful for the dōTERRA family, and it's a very unique process. Nobody else is doing it around the world, so we appreciate your efforts. Can we give you a few gifts?
Oh, that's really nice.
There's a nice hat you can put down there. You're now official. Well, thanks again, Nathan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all for coming and for your interest in Arborvitae. It's nice having you.
I'd like to give Lakayton one too. This hat is not as cool as this one. It's not going to keep the rain off very well. But there's a couple of more oils in there. Thank you again.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
So,
Extra yum. Extra.
thank you. While we're all here, we're going to get a group photo. Do you mind if we jump in the Arborvitae? So let's just jump in here and get a group photo. And then bus 1's going to get on the bus, and bus 2 will stay here.